It was 10 years ago. Actually, let me hit record on the audio here.
Probably a good idea.
Take two. Okay.
Take two. We're taking it back from
cut
the
that
top.
out of the video. Cut that out of that. Sam,
Folks.
cut that out of the video. Okay. It was 10 years ago on a night just like this when we watched Survivor Juan del Sur episode 13, and it sounded like this.
I've never had a spa day or spa food. Turned out not too bad.
Hey, that looks like a piece of bacon.
Spa food's not so bad.
Heck no.
Spa food, not so bad, and neither is this guy, Josh Wigler.
Oh my God, that's my bony rib cage. Wow. Just tickling my sides here.
This might be the best Keith Nail episode.
Gosh. I posted today on your favorite social media platform, the Royal You, Blue Sky.
Yes.
I skeeted today a picture of Keith Nail at the San Juan del Sur spa with his face in that little
it's a great shot. One of the great
hole.
Shots in Survivor history.
I said, San Juan del Sur, top 5 season of Survivor, don't at me.
Wow.
Loving it. Loving it.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-bow. Big week. Big week.
Big week for Keith Nail in this season.
Keith Nail.
Yep.
A lot going on.
And a big week in the strategy of the season as we get John Mish blindsided, blindside Butterbeans.
Michelin Man out the window.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
0 stars.
Yep. First off, let me just say that, Josh, to you and to Brandon Donlin, who filled in my stead last week, great job by you both. I was listening to that podcast, getting caught up on what I missed from...
We didn't weigh in on, I guess there's a thing that people think we're doppelgangers, Brandon Donlin and I. Have you heard this?
No.
People say it's like we're like vocal doppelgangers.
Vocal
it just
doppelgangers.
Sound like one person talking the whole time?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I know you both so well.
So well, yeah. So it's easier to identify.
I've had that with podcasts I've listened to with like it's two guys and it's like who's who or like two women. Yeah. It's hard to tell. So, but so
Schubert reads in
what
the
they
chat.
said.
Thought that was 2 Joshes.
No,
just a couple of Joshes joshing around.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We are coming in hot because as of last night, we got together on Club Condo. Some folks were saying, hey, where's the Club Condo? Well, we couldn't post it on YouTube because that's was a lot of
flags,
music,
like
playing fast and loose with the song parodies in the Wandoff.
Yeah, the YouTube doesn't love a song parody, I think.
No. I don't think so.
They, much like the pitchers at that baseball game in Survivor Nicaragua, deliver strikes.
Mm-hmm.
That's
good. Good.
Yeah.
So you can check out Club Condo. The podcast version is up in our We Know Survivor feed. And then also you can watch Club Condo and watch our reaction to the Wandoff for free when you go to robinswebsite.com/patron. The video is up there. And we had some rave reviews coming in from the Wandoff.
Good time?
Fun time on the Wandoff. Yes.
Yeah. Even though you were just kind of like body vibing because like mentally and emotionally and spiritually you weren't there.
Yeah, the fun part was really before the podcast. I got to go through all the Wandoffs with my kid.
Mm-hmm.
That he's also a musician.
Yeah, Prince Eric.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So my son Dominic and I, he is just a little bit older than this season.
Has he thought about recording a Wandoff?
So I said to him, it was probably too early, and. I said, Dominic, do you want to record a Wandoff for the Wandoff? And he had an idea, but it was not gonna come together. And
was it a good idea?
It was decent enough.
Yeah.
His Wandoff was going to be, and again, it's not a song that I really. It's a song by Bruno Mars and Rosé. He was going to parody the song Apt. I don't know if it's short for apartment or what.
Uh-huh.
Do you know
It could
this?
be- it
Do you know
could be-
this song?
It could be APT, like an acronym for something.
Yeah, and the song goes.
America's
The song goes.
Got Talent.
Yeah, kissy face, kissy face. He wanted to say dirty face, dirty face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't want to do an Eminem.
He would have, but that would have taken too long. Okay.
Listen,
all right.
We need just like we need San Juan del surrogates, we need Amazing Maisie surrogates. So yeah, get Dominic on the beat here for.
If I had
48.
thought of it earlier enough, putting Dominic on coming up with a wand off for the season and giving him a project, I think would have been a good idea.
I gotta tell you, the pace, the cadence of one wand off per season, doesn't that feel so good?
Yeah, that was great. That was great. I can't
great.
believe we did this every week.
Yeah, I literally cannot believe that we did it every week.
Yeah.
It's such a production nightmare, and I'm not even involved in that part.
Yes. It's
It's involved. It's involved.
It was a lot. Okay. All right. So San Juan del Sur, episode 13, coming off of the 2-hour episode.
Yes. Did you have any thoughts on those 2 hours that you missed?
Well, the first hour, from what I recall from the real time, the first hour is like where that's the exciting one, where John and Jacqueline are going through it, and then the second hour I feel like is a little sleepier.
The second hour, I think, could be, if like you were going to summarize it in an image, I think would be an image of Alec Christie on the jury with his mouth hanging open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which happens in this episode.
Correct.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I feel like that one I didn't feel like I missed too much, but I did was enjoying the sound clips of Reed calling Baylor a brat.
Yeah, you're a brat.
My kid.
That's my kid. You can't call her a brat.
Yeah. I did also enjoy your commentary on Jeff of season 29 and then Jeff of season 47 of being the difference between Jeff the actor and then Jeff the theater actor in season 47.
I think he's playing
Shakespeare in the park. I would do it like this.
He's playing for the balcony, like he's trying to project to the very back of that auditorium. I think that it makes sense to me in the sense of like you hear what Probst has to say about Survivor, even in like the last 10 years, I think it has shifted in this direction of like, we're making this show for the players. We make this show for the people who put their bodies on the line, get out to the island, do the stuff. So it would make sense that he would want to really perform for them.
Yep. Now, let me ask you a question, though. Yep. Is this Jeff Probst or is this all of us? That I had been doing some research for the beloved topical events podcast, News AF.
Yes.
And there was an article that I saw that
topical
was talking
events are typically no, you know what? I'm not going to continue it.
Okay.
So sorry.
Yeah, there was a think piece that was said that, hey, for everybody, it's airport time. That people in an airport, you want to, eat a Subway sandwich at 8 o'clock in the morning. Do it.
Yes.
You want to have a Irish car bomb at 11 a.m. Go for it. You want to walk around in your pajamas in the middle of the day. Go for it.
Right.
Is this only Jeff or is it all of us?
Well, I think that there's something to be said for and so is this being conveyed as a good thing, I guess, is my first question. Is it like, yeah, you know what? Whatever. It's it's airport season. Like times are hard. Just eat that foot long. That's fine. But I think a counterpoint to it is like, oh God, we're in airport season. We're uncivilized barbarians who are unwashed and unwell and are eating footlongs in the morning. So I don't know. I don't know if that's good.
I think you just get away with doing a lot more of whatever you want in 2024.
And I think you're an exception to this because I think that you are a man, no minute, no second with Rob Cesternino is wasted. How about that? Like, I feel like what a compliment. You wring every single droplet of the day out. You do not leave the day dry. That is one of your superpowers, my friend. So I imagine you don't have much of an airport persona. I would guess you're one of those people that works at the airport.
I try to, but I also then
only been in
get
the
sucked
airport with you
into
twice,
watching
and I can't remember us
TikToks,
getting raucous. I think we ate a pizza and had a beer or something.
No, I'm not a big airport drinker. Certainly not at this stage of my life.
Yeah.
That
was pre-Reno. Didn't even make that flight, actually.
Yeah, and not because I was drinking. But anyway,
that was bad airport behavior.
All right, let's talk about a little oopsie that Natalie had. Now, again, we always like to talk about the history. It rhymes. And oops, a split vote. Somebody voted the wrong way on a split vote at Tribal Council. Oops.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think this is
after eating Italian food.
Pretty amazing. Pretty good. Was that Natalie's Operation Italy last week? Or was this the fulfillment of Operation Italy? I think that you could make the argument for certain that Natalie's Operation Italy required an extended period of time to build the capital to take out John Mish. And that part of her Operation Italy was weathering chicken
Operation
farming.
Italy, the Operation Italy coming into this week was that she on the split vote, she changes her vote from Keith to Alec.
Yes.
After eating Italian food.
Right.
I mean, I feel like that's the split. Like John and Jacqueline, I don't believe are in on the split vote here.
No. It's an Operation Italy against the people that she's eating the chicken farm with. But it extends into this week.
Is that a reverse Operation Italy?
Yeah. I think that might be Project Italy. Rob, I think that could be it's
a little bit of a Godfather in where that she's at dinner with John and Jacqueline. She's gonna go to the bathroom. Behind the toilet. There's a gun.
Operation Ilati. Did I get it? If I'm trying to reverse it, Italy, Ilati. Operation Ilati.
So. All right,
I got
Natalie
there, but
comes back and
things from my ears.
In the real time, I remember doing the know-it-alls that night after this. And I was like, so what? Who cares? Big deal. Oh, she voted out she kept Keith to Alec. Nothing Burger.
Yeah, I mean, you and I think you and Fish were really down on this, if I remember the great San Juan del Surrogate's notes from last week. And that Steven didn't even award a fishy to anyone.
No fishy. Wow, we go. How the times have changed. We give them away willy nilly like candy.
They give these things away for anything.
Yeah. Let's give away two. Rome. Sure. I like the cut of his jib. Give him a fishy.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
But Natalie comes back. She's like, "Oh my God! Oh, I blew it! Oh, I'm so stupid!
Oh, I'm a fool! I'm an idiot!" She really is. She's nyucking it up. And Baylor is loving it. Baylor's like, "Oh, Natalie, she's so good."
Yeah, that's a fun part of this relationship between Baylor and Natalie, where Natalie is cool, older cousin.
Yes. Yeah.
To Baylor. And
you want to try this? What is that? Cigarettes.
Wow. Oh my God. Do you see what she does?
Oh, I don't know.
See how she gets away with it?
Oh, you should try it. It's cool.
How she talks to the grown-ups?
Yeah.
Shh, Baylor, this is our secret. Don't tell anybody.
Do you want to ride to school? Wait, but you don't have your driver's license. Yeah, who cares? I've got my permit. Get in the car. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. And then Natalie is also
and then she is going to ultimately get her in huge trouble in 1 week's time.
Eventually,
abuse that trust.
Yeah. She's got Keith in the hip pocket also. Keith, just do what I tell you to do.
Yeah. Keith is thrilled to just go along with it.
Yeah. I don't know if we've talked about this where it's separately, she's sort of she's she hip pockets Baylor. She hip pockets Keith. Yes. Eventually, she's gonna hip pocket Jacqueline after John goes home.
Yeah. Well, Natalie Anderson is a famously excellent. I think she used to. I don't know if she still does, but post tons of workout videos on Instagram and stuff of her doing deadlifts and stuff.
Sure.
It makes sense that she'd be so good at that kind of work. She's deadlifting people. She's just bringing them.
Are you saying they're dead weight?
I mean, no. Maybe a little strategically, yes. Yes.
All right. Let's go to our reward, and this is a reward, a doomed reward.
Yeah.
Now, I think we find out in the finale that a kid
for Missy here.
A kid designed this reward.
Oh, right.
I've never had a spa day or
Too early.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I've never had one of those either.
So, I think it was kind of like a Make-A-Wish type thing where like a child designed this reward, and maybe it didn't get through all of the testing because Missy's going to suffer an injury. We'll get to that in a minute, but let's talk about then what the prize is going to be for this challenge. Here's what you're playing for today.
You'll then enjoy a nice massage, and then you'll eat spa food.
And you might be wondering, what is spa food?
Yeah, I am wondering.
Yeah, what is spa food?
Seared steak.
Ooh.
Cookies, brownies.
Wow.
Does he say any more?
No, that's it.
Can we hear what he said about the sanctuary where good things happen from this past week? I just want to measure the two.
I do. You know what? That's a good point. I don't have that queued up here. I was just playing that off of Paramount last night. I didn't have the clip pulled up. But I thought that Brandon made an astute point about how the rewards now are not as good, and Jeff has to sell them harder.
Are they not as good? I don't know.
It's just like at the sanctuary. You go to the sanctuary. You're not going to You're not going to the spa.
Yeah,
and I think that it's something
but I don't know. I feel like now, aren't you going to it's like the sanctuary is like the anti-Exile Island. Like the sanctuary, Exile Island is a place where bad things happen.
Yeah.
Sanctuary is a place where good things happen. And so now it's like a fixture in Survivor as a physical thing that you can count on being out there on the island. It's like happy Exile Island. So I feel like now it's like all these people who come out of the 40s and like go to these parties and become friends with each other post season. Like, oh man, what did you think of the sanctuary? And like everyone can bond over it, shared experience.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Erica says rewards stink in the new era. Let's
Fine,
get
whatever.
real, Josh.
Sure, fine, Erica. Okay. That's fine. Whatever.
No, you know
whatever
what?
you both think. I don't really care.
I was really thinking about this when I was watching this episode because the scene where they go on the reward, it's such a great character scene for Keith. And you think about like so many of the great character moments in Survivor history, I do think come on the rewards. Like think about Keith in Second Chances, driving around the tuk-tuk. And you get these survivors like getting to enjoy themselves, like doing these rewards. And I feel like that you don't really get that so much with like in the go to the sanctuary, sort of like, okay, here's some food, and then boom, we're right back into the game. I feel like the survivors like enjoying themselves doing non-survivor activities like on reward. Like I feel like that does bring out like, okay, in Survivor 47 they played cornhole.
Yeah.
But other than that, we really haven't seen the survivors like turn the game off and like be doing some different like reward type things where they go someplace different and they're like taking a shower and they're like out of the Survivor game for a little bit. I think there's so many times where like character moments come out of that.
Isn't it interesting? I feel like you and I are like we just took opposite positions. Like I feel like in most like all things being equally, be like, I don't care. What about the scenery? I don't mind. Whatever, just keep it going. And I'd be like, stop and smell the roses. They're at the spa. I think we Freaky Friday'd.
Did we Freaky Friday? I just felt like that.
We Teeny Tuesday'd.
We Teeny Tuesday'd. You know, I love the game. I love all that.
Yeah.
But I feel like the stuff that when we think back to the stuff that has stuck with us, and I find this with the podcast too, of like, okay, we talk about the strategy, we talk about the game, what are we doing? But I feel like the things that I remember from like interviews I've done with people, 5 years, 10 years, it's the funny moments and like great stories that we hear about people. And a lot of times that comes like out of the context of the game. Like I think you couldn't have one without the other, but I think that like there are things about these moments that the characters have that are sort of like outside the game that I think sometimes really stick with you.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. I have no notes. I agree with all of it.
Yeah.
Every last bit.
And I just think that the rewards are kind of like samey same in the new era. And I know we're trying to make it harder and try to, no food and like
you get the Applebee's moment still. Like there's and the auctions are really fun now. So like I think that they do still have good rewards. But I mean I think that I hope it's not controversial to say that like the new era is very samey, and I think by design, right? Like I think it's like an elaborate like setup that they are like cycling different sets of people through the basically same shaped laid out maze. Like they change a few walls. There's cheese in that corner this time, but by and large, it's the same one that like many rats have traveled previously. Whereas before, I think like the setups across Survivor seasons were relatively different. Some people think that's a bug. Some people think it's a feature. But I think like wherever you land, the samey, I think is like to some extent, I think like an irrefutable part of where Survivor is right now.
But I feel like just to go through the like San Juan del Sur, just to track like the rewards that the people have gone on. We had the Survivor Taco Bar. They went on a boat. They went to like a ranch and went horseback riding. They got like a bed delivered to the camp and ate Italian food in the bed. They went to a spa. It's just like that all of the rewards were kind of like unique experiences as opposed to, for the most part, the rewards are sort of like slight variations of similar experiences in the new era.
Schubert back again. Schubert says they're obviously using a lot more cost.
And the baseball, they went to the baseball game also. They delivered, that was the other reward.
Totally different. They're obviously using a lot more cost-saving measures. I'm just not sure where that money is going. Schubert, that money is going to Matlock.
They are siphoning the money out of Survivor to funnel into Matlock?
It's like, cut that budget. Otherwise, we can't do this show. And so we need that money for Kathy Bates. So like, they're cutting costs so that Survivor can continue.
But I don't know if the rewards need to be like super like expensive. Like I just think that like having, and again, I think it's not so much the money.
They built the sanctuary set and then they go to the cafeteria and get whatever they had that day.
I don't think it's necessarily that they're cutting the budget. I think it's because of the time of 26 days, and a lot of times it's like a 1 day. Like the reward is in like part of the day, and then to get back and get to tribal council. So I think that it's just in the 39 days. I think you have a little bit more time to let it breathe.
I hear that. I hear all that.
Okay,
heard that.
Roger that. Okay. All right. Missy has hurt her ankle very badly.
But at first she's like,
rub some dirt on it.
No, we're good.
Yeah,
it's that kind of thing where you're like, it's like when Tom Sizemore gets shot in Saving Private Ryan. Spoiler alert. He goes, I just got the wind knocked out of me. I'm fine. And like 2 minutes later, he's just dead. It's like, the ankle is fine. It's just a little twist.
Yeah. Forrest Gump is like, something bit me.
Yeah, something bit me. And then it's like, that was a bullet.
You got shot in the buttocks.
Shot in the buttock. Yeah.
Yeah. So Missy's like,
just a flesh shot wound. In the dark, shot in the buttock.
I don't think so.
Very different thing.
Yeah, Missy has suffered this injury. Missy is going to receive medical attention later on in the episode, but I think that this is one of the few times in Survivor history like somebody gets like a pretty bad injury and is just like gutting it out. We're close enough to the end that it's like I'm not going. I'm staying.
That's my ankle. This is
my ankle.
My game. It's my choice.
Yeah.
Missy's gonna.
What is it, like day 33?
Yeah. Where are we at this point?
Day 33.
Yeah, day 33. Yeah.
I can make it 6 more days.
Certainly. What have I been saying all season long? Missy's a badass. Missy's basically a badass. Missy for second chances. I'm not giving up.
All right.
No, I basically completely given up.
All right. Well, Missy and John and Keith win the reward, even with Missy's bum ankle. But
bum.
John, it's really Natalie started this. She took Julie's spot going to Exile Island, and there's been this really, Jeff talks so much about the community in this Survivor 47, and it's really baked into this season of people who are giving up their spots on rewards for other people to curry favor.
Yes.
And here's a great moment here where John is going to relinquish his spot. Listen to this.
A spa day for her is gonna completely rejuvenate her. She's gonna feel as young as she looks. So,
John, you're annoying right now.
Okay. First of all, this was like John Mish, little brown nosing Missy.
A little bit. And where did that get you?
To the point where, even Jacqueline's like, oh my God, it's so annoying.
Yeah. Then doesn't Jeff say something like, doesn't he say something like, do you think you deserve it? Is what he says immediately after Jacqueline says, oh God, he's so annoying. And it took me a minute to realize what Jeff was saying was like, do you think you deserve to go on the spa reward?
Mm-hmm. I think Jeff was trying to like provoke the.
Yeah, I thought at first he was like, you think you deserve it? Like,
yeah,
you think, like John is right in annoying you. Did you?
And John's gonna go on the reward, Jacqueline. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah.
Did I say I was gonna go?
Oh, well, what a guy. He's going to give up his spot to Jacqueline?
Wow.
Did I say I was gonna go? I'm giving this to Baylor. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. John, you're giving up your part of the reward?
I'm not into manicures and massages and things like that.
Yeah. A lot of toxic masculinity around the spa in this episode.
I think so. I think that we need to like break the barriers here.
Destigmatize the spa.
I agree. Go to the spa with your bros. Those are my bros at my spa. Relax, guy. You know,
yeah.
Like, is it gay to go to a spa? Like, what are we talking about here? You know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, for Keith to eat a wrap at the spa, he's like, well, hell, I didn't know.
I might lose my job for this. Like, for us.
If the guys at the firehouse saw me here, oh boy, forget about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, when he's like, I'm giving up my spot, like, I can't believe Jacqueline's head didn't explode.
I can't believe there wasn't like a major second fight for sure. Yeah, because like they spend the whole like next day together just alone.
Well, then Natalie goes to Exile Island. She volunteers. He's like, I'm giving Jacqueline a spa day, just us.
Did we see any of that?
Not really. I think it was fine.
Yeah.
Again, this is coming on the heels of the last week's episode where they're really a little rocky with John and Jacqueline.
Well, that's like a crazy thing then that he like didn't give it to Jacqueline to like really heal.
They needed alone time. They needed to talk.
What did they talk about?
Unclear. Let's go to the spa reward, okay? And so...
Yeah, you and I, we are secure enough in our masculinity to go to the spa. We'd go to the spa together, I bet.
I certainly would not mind going on the spa reward. In my personal life, that I have been to exactly one spa, and it was because of Survivor.
Yeah.
I went to... let me go back to story time. Picture it. It was...
1985.
Picture it,
Rob.
Argentina, 2003.
Oh,
and
yeah, sure.
Me, Tina Wesson, and Rudy, and Richard Hatch are hanging out in a cottage in the southern tip of Argentina, and Richard Hatch demands to be put into this nice resort.
Right,
and he goes, and we never see him again. And he goes there and he lives there. And then as a treat for us pissants who were then, roughing it in Patagonia with just the jackets on our back in the cottage, they took us to go to we had a spa day. We went to the spa, and the one and only time I had a massage in my life was at the resort that Richard Hatch met his future husband.
Yeah.
At the spa.
Yeah.
I didn't love it. It was
You
fun.
didn't love it. You didn't love it. And so, like, do you think? But don't you think maybe you're like a really different person now than you were when you were but a boy back during the All Stars. You were hardly a man.
Mm-hmm. I think we did have dinner there. I think the dinner was good.
Yeah.
I guess I probably did have a steak.
No, I'm just saying. I think like you could get a massage now, and I think like Rob today actually might get into them. I think you could go. I think you could go deep into massages.
Do you think
tissue.
so? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I had like some kind of like sports injury.
Yeah, PT is fun. I mean, you don't want to go because it means you're hurt, but you know, PT is not bad.
Yeah. So that's the one time I went to a spa. But all right, Keith Nail is talking about he didn't know about the spa.
What is it? I don't know what it is. I see some goobers on the end.
Okay.
Some what?
He picks up the plate of food. He sees some goobers on the end.
On the end. I see some goobers on the end.
Yeah. Now, did they serve chocolate-covered peanuts?
It seems like that's probably what that was, because I think that they're like gesturing at like a mixed nut plate.
Uh-oh. The trail mix got people in trouble earlier this season.
Well, you know, but this time Missy's going to eat some trail mix and not quit the game. So trail mix redemption.
All right, so try the goobers.
Oh, nuts.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Slow down now, Baylor. Don't fill up on that rabbit food. Don't get like Wes.
He's gonna die when he sees that you're at the spa.
Yeah, it's a girl thing, but as long as this food's here, it's a guy thing.
Yep.
As long as there's food here, it's a guy thing.
Yeah.
If the food wasn't here, and also if Keith was so concerned, why didn't he give up his reward?
Well, that Jeff made a comment about that Keith really needed a bath after 33 days in the game. And Keith himself talked about how he needed to get the funk off.
Yeah, so he could cloonify himself.
Yes.
He says, I'm going to come out like George Clooney.
Hey, here comes George Clooney.
Yeah. Yeah. Keith Nail would have been a better Batman than George Clooney for sure. Not even close.
And look, by the end of this, they made a believer out of Keith with the spa.
I've never had a spa day or spa food. Turned out not too bad.
Hey, that looks like a piece of bacon.
Spa food's not so bad.
Heck no.
Yeah, that looks like a piece of bacon.
And Baylor and Missy are speaking at the same time, the same way they do and we'll just show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they speak in unison.
And we'll just show up.
Spa food's not that bad.
Not that bad. But yeah. Yep. It's fine, right? They're little wraps. Okay, whatever. You know, it's food for your
the shot of Keith Nail getting the massage through the thing. It's just like the iconic comedy.
It's got to be on the list. Like if you're doing like the 100 best shots on Survivor, like that makes the list, right?
Wow.
Don't you think?
Yeah, that would be a great like Instagram post.
Do we have a social media department? Can someone get on that, please?
It just would take a long time to go through it all.
Yeah, that's not your job.
Yeah, is the juice worth the squeeze to have somebody go through?
Yeah, I think so.
How about that? You know what? It should be here. Let's get like a post on Blue Sky.
Yep.
Okay.
Right now.
This is I mean, here. How about this? I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay. Is it gonna post this time?
I will see. Okay.
It's been unlucky every time you skied on Stan Juan del Sur.
Let me see. Can I Blue Sky live on the podcast?
Yeah.
Let me see. Okay. So first off, let me find Josh Wigler.
Yeah, that's me.
Do you have just one photo that you've used for all of social media?
Yeah. For a brief moment on X, I changed my profile to a glassesless Josh Wigler, but I think it scares people when they don't see me with glasses. So I've changed it to that.
All right,
that's
so
me.
let's see.
That's what I posted.
Okay. All right. So tell me if I'm doing this right. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna quote the post.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You're already in.
Okay.
Let's see what he's gonna write. Do you have writer's block, or you have a good sense?
No, I think okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to put pressure on.
This
is my least favorite thing to do is like anyone watching me write, and I'm like watching you type. So I just hope that I'm not.
I don't know if iconic is the right word.
Okay, yeah, you already.
Is this the most hilarious Survivor.
Do a hashtag Survivor. Yep.
Camera
Hashtag
shot.
Survivor camera shot
of all time.
Of all time. Wow.
Can you top it?
Can you top it? Yes. Here he goes. Can you top it? No, don't post yet. Can you top it? Let's see it. You gotta give them like an extra call to action.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Or let's see it or let's skeet it.
Oh. That's I can't yes or no that flavor. That flavor is for you. You get to make that call or not. Yeah, there you go. A little
Let's try it. Let's try it. Okay.
Let's see it. No, I don't like it with skeet. I don't like it. Let's see it.
All right, let's see it. And then okay.
Yeah, let's skeet it there. Feels boomer. Hit that. Post it.
Okay.
Drop it.
All right, hell. Blue sky's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blue sky's for girls.
I thought it was for girls.
Yeah.
If only the guys back on Twitter could see me. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's retweets, then it's a guy thing.
And there's alt text on there. It's a guy thing now.
All right. So back at camp, John and Jacqueline, they're doing their thing. Meanwhile, Natalie's on Exile. Natalie has talked about this in her. I remember this from her interview with me after the season. She talked about how Exile Island was very hard on her. She talked about
a single day.
I think it was really the first time, like since Natalie or that Nadia got voted out, that she really had time to kind of like process that. She is like the first time she had been alone.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, like the only other times you're alone are like confessionals, and you're not really alone, or like the potty, and like that doesn't really count. You're focused on another thing.
Yeah.
So was it like emotionally difficult?
Yeah. I think it was just very, very.
I get that.
But it's sort of like you're in game mode. And it's like you kind of have time to like process.
Yeah,
because it's tough.
She tried so hard to put this show up, only to find out here on Exile Island that she is, after all, a person.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. We go to the immunity challenge, and we spend a lot of time working on Missy's ankle here. We bring in medical. We're going to investigate what's going on here. Can Missy stay in the game?
Yeah. Do you have the sound clip from?
I didn't pull
that?
this. No.
Once upon a time, this was a great sound clip.
Which one? Which one was it?
Where she's got the guy touching her ankle, and she goes, right there. Yep,
yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'm trying to see if I have it on the old soundboard. I don't think I have that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're checking her out, and she's not gonna leave.
No, she's not. I'm not gonna quit. She says, I won't quit.
Yep. And so she's not going to play in the challenge. And the challenge is going to come down to, appropriately, Natalie versus John.
Do you think she could have done this challenge?
Who, Missy?
Yeah.
No.
There's no way.
No, I don't think so.
Did it require both feet?
I think it was just like standing there and to balance, but I just don't think that she could have like on their, like in her walking boot.
Well, but she's not walking around. The whole point is
I don't think that around. Like what was the point? Like Missy wasn't going to win this challenge if she was healthy.
If you want to try, like I feel like she could have still given it a shot.
I think they were probably a little bit more worried about what does the dismount look like.
The dismount is where they get you. Yeah,
she could have stood there, but then when she falls, I don't know how it looks. Imagine she tried to do the challenge that Baylor won.
Oh my God!
Boot.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Para dismount plus.
All right. So comes down to Natalie versus John. Natalie wins. John is like, whatever, who cares? Keith Nail's getting voted out.
Natalie runs a give hug. Does Jeff like the hugs, do you think?
I don't think he likes them under any circumstances. That's my thinking. Like
I've told the story of when he and I took a picture together at tribal council once, and I had like a sweaty armpit, and I put my like arm around Jeff,
and he said he could feel it,
and he was like, "Oh, your sweaty armpit." And I don't think that he liked me all that much after that. I think that's where it came apart.
Your sweaty armpit was
I think that was maybe the beginning of the end.
Yeah. All right. So, Josh, let's talk through about what goes on back at camp. Okay, Natalie's got a plan. John, that he has the idol here at the final 6. And so Natalie has an idea of, this is like, pretty sophisticated strategy here of potentially splitting the votes 2-2-2 on John in case he plays his idol.
Yes. Natalie is... Operation Italy was a 3-headed plan, right? Like it is, it required 3 individuals to like make active decisions and like actively participate, like covert shenanigans, smoke screens to the end. Operation Natalie really is just Natalie. This whole thing is really just her. So what's more impressive, baby Andy, Sam, and Genevieve pulling this together, or Natalie pulling this together with Missy, Baylor,
the
and
dragon
Keith?
had 3 heads in Operation Italy. This is a little bit more like they're trying to they're playing like online poker and they're trying to scam John, and like Natalie has like 4 laptops open.
But they didn't have laptops in Game of Thrones, so I got lost in the analogy.
Yeah.
She's like Jon Snow in the Battle of the Bastards. She's like it's her against a bunch of Ramsay Bolton nincompoops that she has to figure out how to take on.
Okay.
So
I
don't know. Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Have you watched it?
I've seen it.
Have you seen this?
Yeah. Natalie, she's given Keith the plan. All right, Keith, this is what you're doing. All right. Stick to it. We see that Jacqueline is a little paranoid about what's going on, but John is pretty confident.
Yeah, he's like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's all right.
But here's the real rub, and we're not talking about the massage.
No.
Okay. Baylor and Missy. Okay. Baylor and Natalie tell Missy the plan. Missy's like, I'm not voting out my friend.
No.
My guy.
I gave my word. And my word is my bond, and it's stronger than my oak. She won't do it. But she had no problem voting for Jacqueline. This is like I will not let you, I will not stab Julius Caesar in the back. But like, if you're all going to do it, but I won't do that. But I won't tell him either. And I'll stab his wife.
So Baylor is doing some armchair psychology on Mom here. She is like, see, this is what she does. She's always putting men first.
Work this off the tape, I think let's do that offline, right? I think let's work this one out off the hit TV show that you're on right now.
Can we talk this through for Baylor and Missy? Was this a good idea? Like, we love this. We were happy. We were rooting for Natalie. We wanted Natalie to win. Obviously, this is good for Keith. So we like that. It's good for Natalie. Was this good for Baylor and Missy?
Yes, that's a great question. Well, I think that Missy and Baylor, as we've talked it through, what's the circumstance where either of them win?
I guess they can't win.
I don't know that they can anymore.
I'm trying to think of what they would need to do. Did Missy and Baylor... I'm trying to think of if there's anybody... I guess best case scenario for them would be to maybe both get to the final 3, but I guess one of them needs to vote for the other one.
Yeah, one of them has to go, and I think Missy has the better shot of winning, would be my guess.
Yeah.
But I'm not even 100% sure on that.
So... Are Missy and Baylor both final 3 goats?
Yeah, maybe. I think that I think that Missy has has been very good at bobbing and weaving and going with
Bob and weave is this week's Survivor episode.
That's right, and rolling with the punches a little bit here.
Rolling her ankle
as well. So I think that she's definitely the better, stabler player than Baylor at this point. What are we getting so far, by the way, on the skeets? I see you looking. I see you looking in your little tiny mini chamber there that I can see.
Okay.
It's like a little portal that I can kind of look through right now. Just bring it up. I want to see. Do we got anything good?
Let's see. So Antonio Mazzaro responded.
Is that Rupert's shelter from All Stars that
Yeah.
got over flooded, but otherwise just looks like a grainy photo of shit?
Now, does he put this caption here? This is either where they found Saddam Hussein hiding or the death pit shelter that Rupert dug.
No, that was AI. AI put that together. AI Mazzaro. That's 2 C's, 1 R. Yeah.
I think no other responses.
No other gets
yet.
yet, but we love Antonio chiming in.
Thank you, Antonio.
We love that. We love to see it.
It's number one in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I think we might got that already.
And if you're listening to this podcast and you want to weigh in, you should do that. Let's skeet it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Skeet it.
Yeah. Did we think about Baylor and Missy as final 3 goats? I feel like that we didn't necessarily talk about people as like total goats at that yet at this time, right?
You would know better than me for sure. I don't know, but I don't think
I guess in Jacqueline's win condition would have been get to the final 3 with Baylor and Missy.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that Jacqueline could have won there. And I think if like Missy gets to the end with I don't think so. I think like Missy and Baylor, whether fairly or unfairly, I think that Missy clearly has been is going to be like painted by Reed as like this demon queen. I think that like the little rascals of Alec and Wes, I don't think that they're
Gremlins.
I don't think that they're voting for a mother figure at this point in their lives. If that's changed at all, I have no idea, but they don't strike me as people who would give her the credit that I think that she might really warrant in certain circumstances.
Josh and Reed are not fans.
I don't think so. I think that there's no combination, I think, that either of them can win. If it's the 2 of them plus another, like a third, it's the third who wins every time. If it's one of them and then 2 others, every time it's one of the 2 others.
Yeah.
So I just don't think that they can win this season at this point in time. So I don't know that it really matters. Maybe they should have just stayed the course for like loyalty's sake. But Baylor wanted to shake shit up, and ultimately Missy wants to give her kid what the kid wants.
Yeah. And for John and Jacqueline, it seems like they were really in the driver's seat of that they were about to, like, if John and Jacqueline get to the final 5, like it's pretty much game over.
Yes. Seems that way for sure.
Although I should say that, okay, so Keith's gone. They get to the final 5. I guess Natalie could win out. They have then basically like 2 shots to get rid of Natalie.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So,
and one of them is going to win the game.
And Natalie wins immunity next time, right? I think. Or no, Keith will.
I think Keith will. Yeah,
Keith will. So yeah, I don't know. There was, I mean, certainly there's a winning path for John and Jacqueline here. I think, which is why they are getting taken out. It's not just revenge. It's good gameplay for certainly for Natalie.
All right, so we should go to Tribal Council, and Keith Nail is shot out of a cannon.
Out of a cannon.
And this is dangerous for Natalie because she told him, like, okay, Keith, like, don't blow it again at Tribal Council. And he's chomping at the bit.
It's like he rehearsed what he was going to say the entire way to Tribal Council, where he's like, I'm not going to do stick to the plan again. I'm not going to do stick to the plan again. I'm not going to do stick to the plan again. Okay, Keith, I'm not going to do stick to the plan again. Is sort of like the energy of like, he just like, he cannot help. Is it another Luca Brasi situation again? Right?
I think that was from an offline conversation.
Oh yeah, it certainly was.
You're calling back to a phone call that we had.
That's a flashback to a phone call. Yeah. So that was a very good use of that on that phone call.
Thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate
very, very
that.
Good. And I think there's a little bit of what Keith is doing here too.
Yeah. I was trying to bring up a good picture of Alec Christie with his mouth open.
This is a great time for me. Rob's got your screen share, but like everyone else can't see it, and I can only see it in a tiny little window here behind.
Yeah, you can only see that. But right now I can only bring up.
It looks like
one
you've got like a mood board of the Christie brothers right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up that his mouth is like agape. in several of his shots on the jury, but I'm trying to find the one that was from this episode. But I think I only see it in. I did a screenshot, but I left it on the other computer.
Got it.
But
wow, look at you, 2 computers.
Yeah, I have my computer that I work from, and then also so maybe best captured by Mario Lanza in the Funny 115 is the many faces of Alec Christie on the jury.
Alec Christie jury face is incredible. Mario's caption there was "Lost in a cream cheese fantasy."
Everything's better with cream cheese.
Very, very, very fun. Do you agree with that? You do like cream cheese, don't you?
Cream cheese is fine on a bagel.
You're more of a cottage cheese man.
Oh no, we're gonna everything's better with cottage cheese.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
a lot of utility in cottage cheese.
Definitely, it's versatile.
Y'all can't handle that.
No, I think that conversation's way too hot. Certainly for Bruce Guy, and maybe for this crowd too.
Yeah. All right. So, what's your reaction to this tribal council? Similar to Alec Christie?
Boring. Get to the vote. There's not really anything that I care that much about. I guess it's like John Miller's like, I think about that final speech every day. I think about it a lot, is what he says. I think about it a lot. And keep dreaming, baby.
Yeah.
You won't get it.
All right. So we get our votes, and it's a 2-2-2 split. Uh-oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So Missy was fine to vote Jacqueline, just not John. So it is like this, like, I'm not gonna stab my friend, but you can stab my friend. You know, like I feel like she permits this. She just lets it happen. John didn't know this was happening, certainly, because otherwise he would have played the idol. I was wondering, like, is there any world where Missy was like, I gotta vote for your girlfriend? But no, definitely not, because otherwise idols would have been played. So like Missy may as well have just voted for John. I mean, I know the plan is like we got to split it, but she may as well have just voted for John. And then when we get on the revote, she stays on Jacqueline. She votes for Jacqueline in the revote. John goes home 2-1 on the revote.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't really get
to. You wouldn't do it.
Yeah, we didn't ever get to see Missy come around on like what her reason. Maybe it's at the start of the next episode, but I think it's just like Jacqueline's hot at the next episode.
Sure is.
Start off the finale, the one-part finale of San Juan del Sur.
Fair enough. Next week.
All right. And so great move. Natalie has really set things up. Let's talk a little bit about what happened in the real time.
Yes.
So
Nat gets a fishy here.
Natalie's going to get the fishy. Yes. So Josh Green and Danielle both went through it. Appreciate all of their work here. Yes. So let me
did Danielle write a spirited defense of downtown Orlando?
Yeah, she did. Downtown Orlando for Wigler. Just a couple of things, just to not take up too much time. There is a sushi place that she says has an amazing happy hour every day from 5 to 7. And the rolls are also $5 to $7. So that works out well. Okay. They have Orlando Magic basketball and Solar Bears, the minor league hockey. They have comedy night.
Okay.
And then you could also
the hockey they've comedy night?
No, at the other bar.
Got it.
Not a paid product placement.
Okay.
All right.
That's what downtown Orlando's got? Other than the tables and the chairs and places to sit?
So Steven was rather shocked. He had been saying that John Mish is going to win the season. Danielle puts in here, I'm not sure if this was talked about in the real time or this was Danielle's editorial, that Steven is always going to be set up for failure reading the edit when a woman wins because they don't know how to edit women. So that's like a double burn of Steven and Survivor.
Yeah, hard to know if that was like a self-critical fishback. Because I do think that he could be introspective and, maybe could have like summoned that, bias from himself for sure.
There had been the bet about who was the knowingest know-it-all between Rob or Steven, that Steven said John will outlast Missy. Missy does outlast John, making Rob at this point in time the knowingest know-it-all.
Yeah. Do you still do that?
No, we don't really put that up for grabs. I think Steven's is permanently the knowingest know-it-all, and then we just leave it at that.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I want to bring that back. I think we should bring back the West Nail Nugget eating competition.
Steven and I are both comfortable with me saying that he's the knowingest know-it-all.
I bet he is.
Mm-hmm.
And you are a charitable man.
Okay. I did say, according to Josh, that if Keith Nail wins, he would be a bottom 5 winner of Survivor.
Yeah, that tracks.
I stand by it.
Yeah,
I stand by it. Through 29 seasons.
I'm just going through a few of them in my mind with so much respect to the late great Keith Nail. I understand the comment. I do understand the comment.
Okay. And actually, so according to Josh, that I opened the show with an apology for Natalie about being hard on her move from last week.
There you go. You're grown up. You can apologize when you're wrong.
Yeah. Okay. And then let me see. What else should we add in from Steven was only upset about Missy not getting pulled from the game because of the bet, not because of the integrity of the game.
Got it. Okay. He didn't care about the integrity of the game at all.
He just wanted he did, again, he takes this very
I know. I get it.
Okay. All right.
Competitive.
Let's see. Exit interview with John.
I've got my exit interview pulled up. As always, I'm trying to see, like, did past Wigler, how was his headline writing? John Mish engages with his shocking Survivor defeat. And this was on the immediate other side of getting engaged to Jacqueline, I believe.
So they were just boyfriend and girlfriend. And
they had just been BFGF, and then they got engaged.
Okay.
And there were photos, and they were cute. And then I clicked the link for their engagement photos. And I don't know if they've been scrubbed from the internet, but the link is dead. It doesn't take you to the right place.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So John Mish, I guess I asked him about his idol, and he said that Jacqueline would have had to have the idol in her possession before Tribal for it to be hers, to keep it after John was gone. So certainly not Australian Survivor rules. But I believe that John could pass the idol to Jacqueline at Tribal Council before the votes are cast, and she would still be able to keep it.
Yeah.
That might be, I don't know if that's a clarification of the rules at that particular time, or if John Mish did not have the full understanding of the rules.
Yeah. John Mish in his exit interview was really nice to everybody.
I mean, he's a nice guy.
Yeah, and I told him you're being too nice, and he said, "But I love him." So he seemed like.
I mean, he didn't
nice
say
guy.
a bad word about anybody the whole season, right?
Yeah, not really that I can think of. If anything, like what he would say is like, "I'm afeared of Jeremy," like I'm scared. Like that's it. You know,
he didn't want to lose to Jeremy, but he wasn't mean about Jeremy.
Mean about it. Yeah, no, he was even friends with Drew Christie. You know, like he was a nice guy, John Mish. Like the harshest thing I feel like he said was like sitting across from Alec, being like, "I got to tell you, you don't have a chance," and it's not me being mean. It's just like I'm just trying to be straight with you.
Yeah, he was always a nice guy all through the season. Okay, so. Then I talked to a guy coming off of his season, Spencer Bledsoe was the guest.
Okay, and what happened there?
Yes. Okay. Well,
Young Lad's first post Cagayan recap. I
yes. Josh Green says that in the beginning of the show we announced TEOS for the first time.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well. Happy anniversary.
Okay. Spencer talked about how he liked Jeremy as a player, and he liked Kelly as a player too. Thought she had the potential to be a really good player.
Yeah, I like Jeremy so much that I'd be willing to lose against him in a year.
Yeah,
in less than a year.
Danielle says that Spencer claimed that Tony hated the season and had Jeremy winning the game, so even he was fooled by the winner's edit. So Tony and Jeremy would go on to have a very storied history and future.
Indeed, we don't know what the future holds for Tony and Jeremy, and can I tell you that I'm excited to find out? Yeah,
that's gonna be exciting. Okay,
great.
Jacqueline was Spencer's winner pick.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did he have a? Did he have a reason or anything?
No.
He just said that's who he picked.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see.
Who do we have on feedback voicemails?
Well, so I think with Spencer did everything.
He did it all. Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. According to Danielle, Rob's mom suggested he do a podcast where he interviews Missy's ex-husbands. I mean, that probably would have been good.
You can't do that now.
Mhm.
I would not do that now.
Yeah.
I think
I do remember this
Rob was
podcast.
able to do that, but it maybe not the most tasteful.
I do remember this podcast. I remember really like spamming the get clean, get rubbed, get fed.
Yeah, get clean, get rubbed, get fed.
Mm-hmm. Although I think that we misheard Jeff. I didn't have the captions on. I think I said get clean, get rough, get fed.
Get clean, get rough, get fed sounds right. That sounds like what you turned it into.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Trevor Chong just joined the chat.
Hey, Trevor.
What's up, Trevor? And Trevor says Rob needs to interview more Survivor X's.
The world can't handle it. I would love to
Survivor
do it. Survivor
X's interviews.
Yeah, that's good. I would love to do it. The world at large could not handle it. It would be a great podcast.
I don't know.
You don't think it would be great?
No.
You think people can handle it? No.
I think it's possible. That the extended RHAP community could greenlight this assignment.
Everybody would listen. Everybody would love it. But then people would be like, no, I don't like this.
I don't know.
I don't think this is right.
I don't know.
This gives me the ick.
Lil?
Yes, that's the number one critic of Rob's podcast.
Yeah.
Rob said that he wasn't going to talk to the exes.
Yeah.
Now he's doing a podcast talking to all of Missy's ex-husbands.
Who would be
my husbands? Get out of my business.
Top 5 exes.
None of your beeswax.
Top 5 exes interviews. What's his face? David Murphy's wife.
Oh,
who was that?
Okay, that was what, Carolina?
Carolina.
Mm-hmm. So are we bringing in 2 survivors that have broken up and we're interviewing them at the same time?
Maybe. Oh, that's interesting.
Like, are we bringing in like John Rocker and Julie McGee?
Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting to me. Where like either like they can work it out on the pod, or like they
like Dr. Phil,
or they could laugh at their like shared history,
mm-hmm.
or they could get very dramatic, but it would be on them for accepting the invitation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it could be good.
Okay. Erica says not only the women complaining, there'll be men that complain too.
Yeah.
We'll have men that will complain.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think there's something here.
Look, it's not a bad idea. Let me just see. And then
Kat and Hayden.
Joe, sure, that'd be good. From Survivor social media, Danielle also flags that Eliza was tweeting, "Wow, John sucks. Missy sucks. This season sucks."
Sure. Yeah, that all makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yep.
Then
Jeff Probst and Julie Berry. It's interesting.
Also on Survivor social media, there was a lot of alumni complaining that Missy got medical attention. And also some smoke between Russell Hantz and Stephen Fishback. Russell tweeted to Stephen, "I was glad JT won." And then Stephen responded to say he was glad Natalie won.
Wow, that's really giving the Lannisters send their regard.
And then Cochran jumped in and told CBS to make a Russell versus Stephen season.
Wow, I can't believe Cochran hopped into that fight.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't feel like Cochran to me.
Maybe he deleted the tweet after.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. There you go. All right. So here we are heading into part 1 of the San Juan del Sur finale next week.
It's all of it. It's the whole finale. It's not a part 1. It's the full finale next week is what we're going to do. Reunion,
do the whole finale.
Will we talk reunion?
We'll do the reunion too. No, you were at the reunion, right?
I was at the reunion.
Yeah, I was not.
Yeah,
I went to a lot of the reunions in the 30s. I think that the only reunions that I went to in the 20s, I think I went to the Philippines reunion. I think that was it. And then I went through to like most of the ones in the 30s.
Yeah.
But this was right before I was invited to a lot of the reunion shows.
Yeah, I went to this was my 3rd that I attended at this point.
Yes,
because I was at One World and Cagayan before it.
Mm-hmm.
But I got out there. I'm sure we can try to see where my fist pumps are, because I always tried to like do that so you could see me at home.
Yep.
So I should be recognizable in the season finale of San Juan del Sur.
Oh, comparing Survivor 47 back to Survivor San Juan del Sur, there was one thing that Josh Green flagged about how in the future there was some discussion over whether or not they're the three-way revote. The question came up why everyone didn't get to revote in a three-way tie. Steven acknowledged that the argument could be made why everyone should revote. But you both said that the show had always done it, that tied people can't revote, and neither of you had a problem with that. That did come up in Survivor 47 when there was a tie between Sierra and Sam and was it Gabe? I think it was
Dude,
Gabe.
Honestly,
you don't care.
I don't care about this.
Yeah. All right. I was trying to think of, was there, I feel like there was something else.
I feel like there was something important I was supposed to do today.
In the Survivor 47 parallel.
Okay, just racking my brain.
Yeah, did the challenge that Rachel ended up winning immunity on was that what Keith won immunity on last week?
Oh man, I completely forgot there even was an immunity challenge this week on.
Yeah, the balance the balls into the paddle, the holes in the paddle.
Yeah, but that's not really the same thing, is it? From this week?
Yeah, that was the last part of it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like get the little cue balls into the nipple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't say
All
that
right.
again, though.
Okay. All right.
I know you
Josh,
want to.
Anything else on your mind?
I'm already getting a little sad that this journey is almost over.
Yeah.
But
what do we do next?
Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Can you believe I'm looking at this right? 13 episodes of Survivor San Juan del Sur. We've really spent the last 12 weeks doing this?
Yeah, I think we started back in September.
Wow. Pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
What will we do next?
I have some ideas, but
I have some thoughts.
Yeah.
I have some thoughts.
We could revisit in the new year. We'd love to hear from our wonderful community.
Yeah. I've got thoughts. I got plots.
Yeah.
Schemes.
Well,
all sorts of ideas.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, Josh, what's coming up for you?
What's coming up for me is a lot, frankly, on We Know Scripted TV.com, which is the scripted wing of RHAP. We've got, of course, every week, the Tastemakers, the Weekend program. These are great variety shows for you to get your TV fix, but also we are rigorously covering HBO's Dune right now. Grace Leader and friends are covering Dune and getting their spice-y takes on the podcast. And plenty more happening in that world. Down the Hatch. It's a fun time. Star Wars, The Skeleton Crew.
Yep.
You said you watched that.
I did watch that. They never really imagined what suburban Star Wars life was like. But it's interesting. And
I get to check it out.
Yeah. That I think the hottest take that my kids had was that the elephant kid is like Milhouse.
Oh, wow. Okay. Like Milhouse, John Kierhofer's guy? Or
no, Milhouse
Bart
and
Simpson's guy?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Got it. I would be more excited if it was Kierhofer's Milhouse. That would be my guy. Speaking of the sanctuary where good things happen. So lots going on. We know scriptedtv.com. Would love for you to hit subscribe to that feed. Tell some friends to hit subscribe to that feed. We are already getting the decks set for Severance to return next year. There's supposedly a very big Netflix show that is dropping at the end of this very month that I can imagine there being some coverage of as well.
I hope it's not the Aaron Rodgers documentary.
It ain't. But it does involve games. So looking forward to a lot going on here as we wrap up our first year of We Know Scripted TV.
Okay.
Really good. Otherwise, I'm skeeting on the sky at Round Howard.
Trevor says everything's coming up, Elephant Kid.
Coming up, Elephant Kid.
Okay. Then I will shout out Erica, who contributed to the skeet thread of iconic Survivor shots.
Oh, yeah. Colby's Orgy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 tickets to Challengers, please.
Yeah, that's it, baby. That's it. Yeah.
Yep.
This gets rowdy. I would, Rob, I'd be very interested in revisiting this scene potentially at some point.
Yeah, that's fun.
That could be fun.
Hey, let me watch Treasure Island, okay?
Yeah. There's a movie happening here, folks.
Yeah. Look, this is a bed. We ain't eating no Italian food in this bed, okay?
I ain't no chicken parm.
I've been called a lot of things. I ain't no chicken parm.
I ain't no chicken parm.
I ain't no Toblerone bar.
If
Operation Italy, my ass.
We're candy and goobers.
My ass. Okay. All right. We've lost it. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a good one.
Week. Bye.
Bye.